and hooking up with another guy, and I say hooking up because that's what it is, do not be bringing another partner in your child's life until you have yourself together. Court is calling 2024 CR 4998, State of Texas versus Jennifer Rose Pinelli Huerta. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense.
James Stump, defense.
And are you Ms. Huerta?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, sir.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. And probation, this is an application. Ms. Huerta, did you review the document entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication of Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review what's entitled True Bill of Indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do. Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented? Ms. Huerta, did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram? That is a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea with the state, court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
She has.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
Yes, sir.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Huerta, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, there's $1,000 fine that's unagreed to.
That is.
The state is recommending deferred adjudication. They're taking in consideration 2024 CR 5142, and there's $114 restitution to SAPD for drug testing. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
Yes, sir.
State? Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 5 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 100 hours community service restitution, and no contact with Richard Earl Robbins and Dennis Lee Brooks. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? State, any evidence? All right, and state, before I excuse you to continue to confer, did you want to be heard on the $1,000 fine or no? All right, thank you. Did you review the document entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
My client was a student previously. She'd like to go back to school and get her life back on track. She's wanting to work towards that and her children.
All right, so who is Richard Robbins
An ex-boyfriend.
and who is David Brooks?
A friend that I had met one night through mutual friends. I don't even communicate with them. I don't even know them.
Do you have children?
I have one. I have a daughter.
And what's her age?
She's 11 months.
And who is she staying with?
With her grandmother. I'm actually on a CPS case at the moment.
And when were you placed on the CPS case?
The day she was born.
All right.
So,
And when was she born?
July 18th.
So why are you with these people when you have a CPS case?
It wasn't like, I was just a ride, to be honest, getting from point A to point B, and they were the only person that I had a ride with, so.
Well, there's VIA.
No,
So let's be honest with me. Why are you with these people? You have a CPS case, which means that Protective Services is watching what you do, trying to make sure that you are an appropriate or would be an appropriate parent. And you are saying you're getting in a car with some guy who's a friend of a friend
Oh, no,
and this
that was a while ago.
ex-boyfriend.
That was, the friend of a friend was a while ago. I haven't talked to that person and.
All right, so why are you in the car with this
Richard.
person?
Richard Earl Robbins, is an ex-boyfriend, so he was helping me out with little things here and there.
Is he the father of your child?
No,
All right. So again, you've been on CPS and I'm sure CPS gave you a service plan to do.
yes.
Have
and
you
I
done any of it?
Yes, I had been following it. I was in drug counseling classes that I was attending. I was doing UAs for CPS as well. I was just waiting for them to assign me my parenting classes.
All right,
That's what I'm
so
waiting for.
drug counseling hasn't been going well for you.
No, it was. And then with the time being of being in here, I did take the substance abuse class. I did finish it. I had gotten into parenting classes in here as well. I brought it all with me to show you that I have been doing everything that I've been doing. Also been in contact with my drug counselor as well.
And how old are you?
I'm 25.
All right. So I'm assuming your child was placed with her grandmother as a part of a service plan.
Yes.
So do you have a legal case with them or no?
No, but they just recently served me my papers since I've been in here for 4 months. Her grandmother is wanting to fight for custody of her, so they served me my papers, which I also brought with me to show you, but
And who's your attorney?
I don't have an attorney.
All right, so is it a legal case or not? Because if it's a legal case, they'll give her an attorney.
I haven't looked at that case. Honestly.
Okay,
This just happened recently, just happened this month, that I got served these papers
All
while
right.
being here incarcerated.
all right. This is what the court is going to do. There's $1,000 fine. That's going to be probated.
That's fine.
Just one moment, sorry. So there's going to be $1,000 fine probated. Take in consideration 2024 CR 5142. There's to be restitution of $114 to SAPD for drug testing. There's to be no contact with Richard Earl Robbins and Dennis Lee Brooks. 5 years deferred adjudication. 200 hours of community service restitution. There's to be CPS compliance, proof of employment within 30 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider with minors. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. And the UA hotline. Probation. If CPS is testing her at least twice a month, then I'm fine with y'all relying on CPS testing. All right, so why did CPS take custody of your child?
She came out dirty, when she was born,
For what?
methamphetamines.
All right. There's going to be a referral to felony drug court, and that's going to be in custody. And there's going to be a TAP evaluation in custody, and follow all recommendations of TAP evaluation. She probably needs inpatient treatment somewhere. I can tell you what, on the civil side, they have a drug treatment program for people who have CPS cases. You maybe need to see if you can do that or not. It's completely up to you, but this is what I'm ordering. If for some reason they order you to do their program, their treatment program for mothers who have drug addiction, then they can do that. And we'll come back here and I'll consider changing my ruling. There's going to be field visits 1 time per month until further notice. And if felony drug court doesn't accept her, go ahead and do a referral to Esperanza Court as the second option. Probation, is there anything else? All right, and I'm assuming that CPS is going to give you parenting classes. If they do not, let's add parenting classes, but if CPS gives her parenting classes and she completes those, then it'll be acceptable here. All right. Is there anything else that you need from the court to be successful?
No, how long does TAP, take
How long does what take?
evaluation?
It's about 2 weeks. All right. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yeah, sure enough.
And did you sign it?
Yes,
Because this is plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
yes, sure.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. You have an 11-month-old. I always tell people this all the time. You can't have a child and put them at Travis Park and say, good luck to you. Children are 100% dependent on their parents to take care of them. For example, your 11-month-old needs somebody to feed her, needs somebody to change her diapers. They need all of that. They need somebody to rock them to sleep. If you are not going to step up to plate and do that clean and sober, then you shouldn't be in that person's life. You understand?
Yes, sure.
And the other thing, do not, and CPS tells you this all the time, and I would have CPS clients and I would tell them, work on your plan. Do not be getting out here and hooking up with another guy. And I say hooking up because that's what it is. Do not be bringing another partner in your child's life until you have yourself together. I love children, but here's the thing. Children are baggage. Consider a child a suitcase, and it's the suitcase when you take it to the airport that it comes back, that it's too heavy, and they're going to charge you extra for it. Maybe there are partners out here who will see you with the baby and say, you know what, but I love her and I want to be a second father to her child. But that normally doesn't happen. Usually it's somebody who's looking at your suitcase and thinking, man, this is a very attractive suitcase. Let me get in this household so I can open the suitcase and have fun with the suitcase. Or sometimes you have people who will look at your suitcase and say, I'm tired of carrying this suitcase around. Let me just throw it in the closet or throw it in the street, and whatever happens, happens. If you have no plans to do your service plan, if you want to continue to do drugs, just step out of your child's life and let somebody else adopt your child. You understand? From here on out, if there's an issue, talk to your probation officer. If you feel as though they're not addressing it, you can always come back to court. All right, good luck to you.